Okay, I got a brand new micrometer standard here. I'm going to check our mics here to see how accurate they are. I have a little discrepancy, whatever the hell it is.
Discrepancy.
Yeah, that's the one. On these piston sides right now, they're claiming which side we should bore it to, and the piston's bigger than the final size, so that's not a good sign. So, usually it doesn't matter on my mic because I measure the piston, I set it, I add the clearance. It doesn't matter what the mic is accurate or not, because we're not using to measure with, we're using to basically measure a piston and go from there. So, this here's a brand new set of mics that I haven't used. These are NSK, Japan, so I'm sure it's not cheap. You know, it's Jap crap. Kind of like Mediterranean. Jap crap. Okay, so there's our standard. See, this doesn't have the tenths on there.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to interpret what the tenths are, but see, it's right on 0.
Yep.
So that's at 0. So this and that match. Now, do those and this going to match my? Was this a Lufkin or who made this one?
That's a patent.
The patent number's over there. Let's see. I can't read it.
Let's see if I can.
It's older than me, I know that.
Yeah, it's Lufkin.
Lufkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Lufkin. Lufkin's good stuff. I think that's what, Swedish? Okay, so going by this standard.
Looks like. Is it off just a?
I'm off about a 2/10 maybe max. Not even that. Maybe
yeah,
a
10th.
tenth.
It's close. Yeah, I agree.
I might be a 10th off. My worn out mic. Been using it for 100 years. Yeah, it's off by. I think it's a 10th off. Damn junk.
It's close for sure.
Is that close? Okay, close enough for us. Okay. Maybe that's why I make pistons a 10th over when I do them. 2/10 over on the Harley. Calculated in. Alright. This is one of the packs. Japan Micrometer Manufacturing Company. I don't know how to get NSK out of that. Maybe they got different letters over there. Okay, so they said when I bought these pistons, the size was marked on what the bore size is. They put 10 over on it. What the 10 over what? That doesn't mean a damn thing. Put the damn size where you want the bore to be. So these are 3.5 inch bores. So I guess 10 over is 3.5 plus 10. Except Harley one's 2,000 under that. It's actually 498 a standard. So that means it's going to be 508 would be 10 over. Give or take a thou or 3. Nice accuracy there, huh? I like to work to within tenths, not give or take half a millimeter. So this piston is supposed to go in a 308 hole, or 508. So right now this piston is 508 3/4. That's if you measure it there. Now if you measure it at the very tip, it's 509. Easy come down about the height of the wrist pin here a little bit. So if you get down a little bit further down, it's 508 way the hell down there, which is too far down for me to measure. So this one's 508.5, 508 3/4. I usually like measuring about a 1/4 inch down.
Mm-hmm.
See, everybody wants to measure in a different spot. But either way, it's a half thou bigger to 1 thou bigger than what the bore is supposed to be. So this is a wear to fit coating. It's line to line coating. This wears to final size. So right now it's like my race bike. You have to push the piston through. You make a run. You got a hole in the piston. You pull it out. It fits really, really tight and looks really good and fitted, but it has a hole in it. And that's how then it slips down nice and even after the pass. So you got to put a 3-mile run on it to make sure it's broken in. Of course, it has a hole through it at that point, but that's okay. It went pretty fast. And I used to do that year after year after year, and this is back in the mid-90s. So this wear to fit crap ain't new to me. I've been doing it for a long time. So they said they want 3 thou piston clearance. So that means this coating must be about 2.5 thou thick on each side to be what they want. So we're going to go with that. So this is going to go in at 0 fit. As you run the bike, the coating will wear away to whatever the high spot is, and it'll become nice and tight, so it won't rock very much in the bore. It'll be nice, go up and down nice and straight, which makes the rings happy. If you run it on hard, it's going to loosen up. Now once it loosens up, it ain't going to go back. That's it.
Right.
When you do it once, it's loose.
Right.
You run the piss out of it really hard, wear all the coating off, it'll be like you didn't have the coating.
Right.
You'll have 3.5
So
thou.
you just baby it.
You'll have 3 thou clearance in it, which works too.
Right.
So it's just a matter, the harder you run it, the more the coating is going to wear away. If you baby it, it'll stay nice and tight like that for a long time. So that's how that coating works. Now the stuff I used to use was Swain Tech coating. It was a Pro Mod coating, really, really hard coating. And it stays on. And it would, like I said, it would wear to fit. They never said you're supposed to do that, but that's how I did it. And it worked for me. There it is, see, line to line coating, 2-line. Read about it. Good stuff. Okay, so these are going to be a tight fit when you go to put them in.
Okay.
They're going to be, you have to actually push them through a little bit.
Okay.
They're not going to fall through, that's for sure.
Who makes these pistons? Do we go Wiseco?
The American Machine something. AMI, I think. AME, I have to look it up, I forget. It goes under the KB line, but they make car pistons.
Yeah, sure.
They make Icon and Probe and a couple other brands. So, all these piston manufacturers, like 4 different companies I bought out, and they got one umbrella company owns everything, and pick the name you like. But all right, so we're going to go ahead and put these through at the 308 like you're supposed to be. 508, excuse me. I keep saying 308. I'm going to set this mic to the size. Now when you're down at 3.5 inch bore, that's about where I set these 2 mics. They should be pretty close. They are. See how it's just touching it?
Mm-hmm.
See, it's on the 8, because that's where I set it. Now if you put that to a smaller size or bigger size, it's off. It's accurate right there. These 2 have the same number. Because every mic is a little bit different on how they wear. Okay, so this one here we cut it on 30 or 508 right on the money, and we might go maybe an extra 1/10 or so for you. But if they say they got 3 thou clearance, that's plenty. That's more than you need for normal use. Okay, now this is, what size are these? Standard?
I think you said 3.5.
Supposed to be standard.
3.5. So it's
Okay.
348. You said.
They are standard. See, I could have went with a 5-over piston if I knew you could get away with it. I didn't know, so I didn't buy a 5. So they had 5s. 5s would have been nice. So right now you're a 1/2 thou under standard. Because we got a little bit of grit in there. I'm measuring grit too.
Right.
So I'm 307.5 right now because 0 is 3.5. Or not 307. Damn, 498. It's 497.5. That's right here at the base where it doesn't really wear. You go up here, it'll be a little bigger on the top. So basically, these are tight standard. Like I said, if we had a 5-over piston, we could have honed it to 5 and been great. We could have honed it to a 10 later on. But we didn't know it, so we went 10 all the way. So I got 2 options. I can go over there and use that boring bar over there, or I can go over here and make this guy right here hone and hone and hone some more. When he gets tired, he can hone some more, and we just hone out to 10 thou. How's that sound?
I like the first option.
Damn, lazy. You know, I'm in a hurry, so I don't want to waste time. I haven't had enough exercise yet this week, doing all this crap and making me work on. So we're just gonna manhandle this thing.
All right.
I'm just gonna hone the piss out of it. Because I don't feel like digging out the boring bar and screwing around, doing all that crap. It's too damn much work. It's not that hot in here today. We'll see how that lasts. I'll be sweating here pretty good on that. Okay, we're going to use some nice coarse stones. So, how coarse is coarse? Those aren't very coarse, only 300. These over here are coarse. So we're going to use some like 100 stones, which is like probably about 150 grit. I think that's the number on these stones. Which ones we're going to go with? You get aggressive if they fit. Okay, they fit. Good. Crap over here. Okay, what number you want? Alright, so we're going to be, we want 8. We're going to leave 1 for final. We want 2 for the other core stone. So we're going to hold this thing out to 5. So we're going to take out 7.5 thou. The old fashioned way. Crank that pig up. That's going to bite hard. See, it's not even slipping. Back that down a little bit. Make sure it works. Around a little bit. It's not like an evil or point down, it's way out. Just a little bit. Stuff getting around now?
Yeah. Sounds different.
Well, the stones are starting to get all broken in. More so. How much should I take out?
Take all 7?
I wish. Where's 0 at? We're at 100 now. 1.5. That's the problem.
You get a massage at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I went out. Yeah, this is like an evil. Point down. It ain't around at all. No, it's starting to bite in now. Oh yeah. I don't need to go to the room. This appears to be out of round.
Wow. That was bad.
Loosen it up just a little bit. That's a 1-horse motor. That's a real horse motor. I'm gonna kill that motor here in a minute. Oh, I accidentally took out more than that. Alright, how much did I take off that time? We're 3/4 over the line now. Sun is starting to warm up too. It's hot right here. Yeah. That's starting to get hot too. This is fun when you do the stuff when it's 9 degrees together.
Yeah, I bet.
Alright, we'll go back to this one. Make it look easy.
You're not gonna have to work out at all.
How big my arms get? That big muscle that really grows. I heard someone videos on it. Oh, that thing just cut squat out. Shoot, that's a hard ass cylinder. Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Should have had another piece of mushroom pizza today.
Yeah, see when these hard cylinders get age hard, they get hard. You wouldn't think these would be that hard, but they can cut squat. The other one cut out a lot more. And 3/4 is the way up. We gotta go to 5. We're at 3/4. And this is not quite 1 yet. Getting hot down like this. Got a lot of metal here. See how all this fluid coming out up here. So this one's already at 3/4. Quite wrong, remember?
Yeah. Just slightly out.
You gotta make sure you grab the hole good. If you let go, it gets you. Especially these nice sharp edges right there.
Oh yeah. You ruin your day.
No, they get you. They wake you up. Make sure you're awake. It's a lot rounder than it used to be.
Oh yeah. Squeeze as hard as you can, and also get a rotation to it. Yeah. Kind of
There's a lot of torque on that too.
this thing.
You're probably holding it back about 35 foot-pounds worth of torque on a wrench. And then it jerks on you, spikes up to about 70. This one's running out, the other one's not. Alright, what are we up to now? 2 1/4. Take it out around. I got about a 1/4 of a thou out around.
lot more of that when we started. The bottom's a lot bigger, but it's hotter too, so it grows up quite a bit. Yeah, it's half a thou bigger on the bottom. It's a quarter thou and a half thou bigger down here, but it's a lot hotter down here than this other side. This side's cold, this side's hot. When it cools down, it's probably pretty scary. Right now it's hot. Then we got to put it over in a cold tank and cool it down. That always gets nice and hot after we get pulled out a little bit. Now this is the one that doesn't want to hone. It's a lot harder. So,
You think just a slightly different alloy or something would cause that?
they just age harden. It's how you pull them out of the foundry. You pull them out. You know, if you heat treat them warm, you pull them out. So however it happens, they get harder. I don't know if it's just a cooling quicker or whatever. It makes a difference. This I need to bust through the hardness. Find what pressure it wants. Crank that up a little bit. Crank that up a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's starting to get a good hold to it now. You can feel it start to cut. You know, I'm going to hear the motor bog it. A little more pressure, it's about twice the homing power for me. Almost took out of my hand. See the motor's turning off. It's pulling out of my hand off too, so we shut the motor off at the same time. We both have about the same amount of balls. No matter who gets that first. Back her off a little bit. Back in there and joints to what you're doing. That's hard. I've had a few people do this. They don't hold up very well. Where's my number at? So Mike said at 3. It ain't going to go in that hole. Small one until it gets up there. Almost slipped out of my hand. cylinder's getting hot now. We're at 3 now. That's 110 degrees.
Yeah.
110 degrees.
Just weird.
It'll shrink down a towel. It's hot.
These cylinders are out of round because of piston wear on them
Yeah,
over time.
that and warp into heat. Oh, you do 3 sets of these a day, it's a workout. You do 5, it's really a workout. So this was at 3 before, now it's not. I just wanted this out. This side down here is though. And reverse it. That's a little bit hurt. That sharp edge right there on my finger.
Yeah.
When it pulls out, that's going to tear the inside of my finger away. You better hold on. It's going to hurt. We're not putting it out. We're all here. I got it squared up. Pull back down now.
Want some water?
I'm sweating if I do that. That's good. I gotta find a good spot to grab a hold. So this isn't doing much over here. It's sliding. A good spot there. I'll do it. Crank this thing up. That means the palm of my hand, the whole as well as my hand, my finger. It's starting to bite in now.
Alright.
Get in. Pull it tighter. Going out. Oh, that's good, man. Yep. That's it. Pressure up a little higher. Same size it was. Man, it's really now. Oh, I'm at 4. That's good. Paper. don't feel cuts right now. You feel a little in your hands.
Yeah. Tomorrow it's gonna hurt.
Go in the water for the cleaning. So nothing digs in, you hear that little, that's when it spikes up like double the pressure.
Yeah.
If you're not holding for it, it just gets it out of your hand. Like it did. So I got the pressure up pretty high right now. So it starts to get in there. It's trying to hit me. Trying to attack me. Oh, it's trying to get me there. You got more to bog down when it's trying to get me. Yeah, I think it tried to hit me, but I didn't. That's fine. Yeah, 24. Definitely something that can be somewhere to do it. Alright. I think that's what I was on it before. Give me more pressure. I hold the first jerk and the second one gets me. Just 2 right in a row. Still recovering from the first one. It's actually fairly straight right now. Yeah. Workout. I'm going to clear for the board because he was so hard. I don't want to cut. That's trying to get me. Like crazy. Nothing jerking?
Yeah.
It's
Still out around.
Trying to get me. You know the stones wedge in so they will move around. The wedge on it, jam up. That's what the jerking is. Got a lot of pressure on this one right now. It's cranked up. Just trying to get you though. Tries to get you, just gotta hold on harder. So I gotta dig in the face right here, and my thumbs are on here, so you gotta use your whole hand. You can't hold it just one or the other. It'll get you every time.
gonna run some water?
The water flow, it's working already. 4.5. We gotta go to what, 8?
You said 7, right? 8.
Finals 8. We're 4.5. We're holding these out to 5. And now start going with the finer stones. Now they might cut better, they might not, I don't know. Depends on what it wants to do.
splitting here.
How are you feeling about the decision to hone it out instead of using the other tool right now?
I'm not tired right now. I'm not falling asleep. It's past tomorrow already.
Getting late.
12:40. Whew.